Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of the award winning Fearless Tarot and Tarot in Love, which also just won another award. I got the Bronze Award at the COVR Awards, and I want to thank all of you who took the time to vote for my books. It really does help that information get out there, and I'm just so honored and gratified that both books won an award. So, thank you so much for all of your kind support. It is time for this week's Oracle reveal. So, yesterday on my social media, I placed up a picture of three different animals, asked you to use your intuition, and ask yourself which animal's calling to you, because that animal has your message. And the three animals were the penguin, the Roadrunner, and then also the cheetah. So if you're just joining me now, ask yourself which animal seems to be getting caught in your head, because that animal has your message. So for those of you who picked the penguin, the card says the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. And penguin, it does live near that North Pole, where for so many stretches of weeks and months, it can be dark all the time. And what this can indicate is that you're coming out of your own season of darkness. You might be emerging back into the light. Penguin can tell you that it's time for you as well to make connections with others. They're a very communal bird, and they survive in large numbers together. And what this can indicate for you is that this is a time to band together with others, to work with others, to survive or to accomplish that which you've been trying to do. And also, penguins are just really caring, loving parents. And so, this could be a time as well where you're really nurturing those that you're caring for, those that are under your protection. First card for penguin is where it's best to place your focus this next week. And here we see the Queen of Swords reversed from the Pagan Otherworlds Tarot. Now, the Queen of Swords upright, she gets a bad rap. She's kind of like that figure who's very stern, no nonsense, just all about the logical, surgical approach to problems. When she comes up reversed, she's also those things, but she can have a little bit more of a harsh edge to her. Queen of Swords reverse can say that you really want to be mindful of your communication at this time. How are you speaking? How are things coming out? Are you being kind? Sometimes also we don't show our best selves to the people that we love the most. I'm guilty of it too. And so what we need to do is really be mindful of what we're portraying to other people. Is what we're bringing our best, especially with those people that we love the most. Queen of Swords reverse can say it's time to get the chip off your shoulder, but most importantly of all, it's really time to be self-aware of how your energy is coming across to others. You know, sometimes we go through life and we're like, why isn't this working? Why am I not getting anywhere? Why is it, no matter how many things I do, I just can't seem to make any headway? And if that person were to put the mirror on themselves, they'd see that they're scowling and that their energy is just all curmudgeon-y. And so Queen of Swords reverse can say, put the mirror on yourself. Look at how you're coming across. Be aware of what that energy is. That's going to be so important. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you pick the penguin, is the Three of Wands, which says, despite your worst fears, the future's wide open and waiting. This could be a time as well, like the penguin, where you're coming out of the dark and you're re-emerging. The Three of Wands can indicate those times where there is a new dawn in your life, a new beginning, a fresh start. And also, Three of Wands can indicate interaction, communication with others. This is just so important for the penguin this next week. And so I just kind of feel like it's saying, nothing's been messed up yet, but be mindful. Really watch how you're coming across. Be really self-aware this next week. It's going to be so important. And then the mythic archetype that's going to help you from the Egyptian gods oracle is Osiris, that famous god of death and rebirth, the consort of Isis. Osiris could indicate that this is a time where you're going through your own death and rebirth. And the way that you're going to see your life really change is in how you're communicating, is in how you're coming across. This could also be a time where you're consciously changing these things, where you're endeavoring to be a better person or to really bring your A game when it comes to interacting with others. Osiris is also a seasonal god. And so this whole penguin, the light returning, the seasons changing, is so appropriate for Osiris as well. he spends that time in the underworld, but then he brings in that new vegetation. A lot of times Osiris is depicted with that green skin, which is a symbol for the vegetation returning. So I feel like this is a time for you as well, to really let this new season reign in for you and just notice how you're coming off. Next, we're going to go into the Roadrunner animal spirit, and this card says, keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. So, part of what we could learn from the penguin and the Queen of Swords reverse is also just learning to laugh at ourselves, not take things so seriously. We all remember the Roadrunner cartoons where the Roadrunner's always outwitting the Wile E. Coyote. This could be a time as well where you're outwitting your own inner saboteur, the part of you that's always seeming to be left holding the stick of dynamite. It might be time to just laugh at it all. First card for Roadrunner is where it's best for you to place your focus this next week. And we got the Seven of Wands, which for me is often a card of taking the high road. It's a card of taking a stand. It's also a card that says that you're needing to maintain the high road if that's where you find yourself right now. A lot of decks show these nameless, faceless people trying to knock the person off the top of the mountain on the Seven of Wands. And this could indicate that there's this lower vibration that's just trying to knock you off your game this next week. And like the Roadrunner, you're needing to not stoop to that. You're needing to learn to laugh at all of it and not really feel frustrated with what you're experiencing. Also, Seven of Wands can indicate that this is a time for you to take a stand for what you know is right for you and not violate your personal honor code in any way. The next card is going to be advice from your inner wisdom. And we get the Eight of Pentacles, which for me is a card of work. And so I'm almost feeling like it's like saying you're needing to take the high road when it comes to your work, your life's purpose. The Eight of Pentacles has so much to do with not just your work, not just your daily grind, but how your work is your personal platform for affecting the lives of your community, the people around you. How do you make the world a better place just by your interactions, who you're dealing with? What kind of impact can you make on them? I feel like this taking the high road thing is so important, especially in the workplace. This is going to be a time for you this next week where you're really protective of that energy. And you're also just really taking care of it. And then finally, Eight of Pentacles can indicate that you are going to succeed with whatever the high road is for you if you're consistent, if you keep hammering away at it. And most importantly of all, if you don't lose your sense of humor. And then the mythic archetype that's going to help you is Bastet. She's the cat goddess, and her card says passion here. And I think that's appropriate. I think Bastet could say that it's time to find your passion for your own high road, your passion for your work, your passion for what you're doing. This is such an important time for you to really just feel excited about what it is that you're doing and to not deviate from that high road. Don't deviate as well from your sense of bliss. Bastet, the cat goddess, she's also a goddess of love and pleasure and enjoyment. So there is this sense of needing to find your joy, needing to find the thing that really brings that lighter, more positive energy into your interactions with others, but also into the work you're doing. The energy you infuse your work with is going to show up in your life again and again, and sometimes in unexpected ways. And then finally, we have the cheetah animal spirit. And this card says, get clear on your intention, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. And cheetah is all about speed. Cheetah could indicate that it's time to maybe increase the speed, increase the productivity towards something you're trying to do. It's also a hunting cat. So this could be a time where you're really setting your sights for what it is that you're trying to accomplish, what it is you're trying to do. Also, cheetahs are very protective mothers. So this could be a time where you're really protecting something that you're nurturing, something that you're trying to bring into being. First card for the cheetah is where it's best to place your focus. And we have the Emperor card. And the Emperor is a symbol for really operating in the external world, that place outside of you, making a change, affecting change in the world. The Emperor is about establishing boundaries, firm foundations for success. But the Emperor is also a ruler, and he's not afraid to be assertive, to assert his claim. And he's also not afraid to protect his realm. And so I feel for the cheetah, this very protective, fatherly kind of energy going on here. I know I said the cheetah's the mother, that's protective as well, but I feel like that father energy is also coming in very strong for the cheetah. And father can be that energy where you're just like, okay, this is what needs to be done. It might not be the most comfortable. It might not be the most pleasant. It might be even harsh sometimes, but it's what is needed for the realm to survive. This could be a time when you're making those judgment calls on your own life. And maybe you're not doing the comfortable thing. You're not doing the, quote unquote, most spiritual, enlightened, kumbaya thing, but you're really just getting the job done. You're really establishing what needs to be done for that thing to grow and thrive. Advice from your inner wisdom, if we pick the cheetah, is the Three of Swords reversed. And for me, when the Three of Swords comes up reversed, it indicates that this is a time where you really are healing old wounds. Maybe you're releasing some baggage, especially about parents, especially about caregivers, or especially about people that you might have thought you needed to be there for me and you needed to be in this place, and there's a wound because you weren't. And because of this wound, I'm hanging onto it, I'm chewing onto it, and that is preventing me from moving forward with what I really need to do to establish my best self. This could be a time where you're healing that wound, where you're not looking to others to fix it. You're not looking for the apology. You're not looking for them to make it all right, but where you're picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and you're making it right. You're tending to your wounds. You're taking care of yourself. The cheetah is a survivor and does deal with so much adversity on the plains of Africa. It is one of the most hunted animals. And so this could be a time as well where you're kind of looking injustice, unfairness in the face, and you're going forward with your excellence anyway. And the mythic archetype that's going to help you with that is Tauret. She's the hippopotamus goddess, another African animal, and her card says Genesis, but Tauret is a mother goddess. She's often depicted as pregnant. And hippos are also very protective of their young. There is this sense of sort of like you're really protecting something within yourself. I think you're going back and you're healing up a wound, something that might have been imprinted on you, something that's getting in your way. It isn't useful for you anymore. It's getting in the way of your success. And it's time for you to be the better parent for yourself right now, to give yourself what you're going to need at this time. And that is this week's Oracle. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you're going to absolutely love a one-on-one tarot reading with me, and you can schedule one of those at elliotoracle.com at my website. You'll be able to see my calendar, my availabilities, and schedule the time that's most convenient for you. Also, my award-winning books, plural, are available on my website. I have some signed copies, and I will pick a card for you and write a personalized message for you in the book as well. I hope you have a wonderful week, whatever it is that you're going to be doing, and I will see you here again next week, so please do take care.